Hi all. Today's lesson is on Her Majesty from the Abbey Road album. That sort of hidden song at the tail end of it. That's kind of tacked onto the album. It's Paul by himself doing his typical finger picking, where he kind of tends to hit a bass note and a high note at the same time, and then does a little bit of a strum in between with either his middle finger or his pointer finger. I'm trying to think of what I tend to do when I do Paul stuff. I probably use my middle finger, but whatever feels comfortable to you is what you can use. But I'll walk through the chords first, and then we'll kind of go through them. But it's in standard tuning and it's in D. So here are the kind of finger shapes. Regular D, which is still a D, but you're hitting the A string with your pinky at the 4th fret to walk down, because the bass line walks down like this. So you're just going to do that when you do that. So watch how it goes. You go D, that same D with the 4th fret on the A string. Then that's still doing the D fingering with those two fingers, but you take your pointer finger off where it is normally and go up 2 strings, so it's on the 2nd fret on the A string. So that's an A suspended basically, but you notice how your ring finger stays on that 3rd fret on the B string through that whole walk down. So it's, don't worry about hitting some of those other in between strings when you're doing your picking. Don't worry about that. That's A suspended, just regular A, but keeping your finger on that. Then E7, regular E, then hit the B string at the 3rd fret. A, regular A, D. And then to start over again, you are walking up on the A string, open 2nd fret, 4th fret, and then up to D. Or you can use whatever fingers feel good for you on that. Do that. And then the second time through, pretty nice girl, but she changes from day to day. Or that's just A and then suspended on and off. So I usually do it with my ring finger. I've slided up 1 fret to the 3rd on the B string and back down. But you can do it with your pinky or whatever. You can even do like that. Changes from day to day. B minor. I wanna tell her that I love her a lot. So that's B minor. And then just take your middle finger off. So that B string is kind of only barred with the bar finger. Wanna tell her that I love her a lot, but I gotta get a D7. It's regular D, except on the 1st fret on the B string instead. And a belly full of wine. That's a G. You could finger it like that if you want, but for me it's easier to go from that to that. And then there's this little. So he's kind of, it's a partial chord of a G. I don't know what you call it. But if you were barring a G, you'd be like this. If you were playing the G, just the 4 highest strings up there, you play it like that. So you're taking your pointer finger off. So you got D string at the 5th fret and G string at the 4th. And you just kind of slide that up. It sounds sort of atonal when you hear it like this, but that's how it works. You can hear him hitting that open E string and open B string if you listen. She's a pretty nice girl. So it's pretty, back to D, nice girl. B7. If you're watching this lesson, by now you probably know what, if you're even attempting the song, you know what a B7 is. So it's a pretty nice girl someday, E7, gonna make her A mine, oh yeah, B7, someday, E7, A, D, and it ends on that one A note. Some of the finer points here. when Paul does finger picking, and he does it on this song, when he does his, when he kind of does the initial picking, you'll see it's kind of like pinching those and pulling them out. And when you do that, you're going to get some of those notes in between. So that's really one of the cool things about the way Paul does his finger picking. When he does the picking itself, like that, he's getting those other notes that are in it. That's why he fingers the whole chord. And and again, in typical Paul fashion, he does. So that's kind of the rhythm that he's doing, just on the picking hand. So he does the little bit of a in between. I use my middle finger. You can, whatever finger feels good. You can even use your pinky, I guess. But so that's kind of typical of the way Paul does his finger picking. That's a D, just a regular plain old D. Then A string at the 4th fret. That one has the D string and the G string open. And if you hit them when you're doing, don't worry about it if you hit the other notes. The only other thing, I guess, to remember is if you listen closely to it, the first time when he hits that first D, he's hitting that high E string at the 2nd fret. But then as he picks through it, he switches down to the B string as the high note. So that's basically the whole thing. It's first position chords, nothing too extreme. And once you get this one, I'd encourage you to work on things like, Mother Nature's Son and stuff like that. Because, again, with Paul's finger picking, once you have that, once you can get that down with your picking hand, it really opens the door to a lot of his acoustic stuff. So good luck with that one, and send me a note if you have any trouble with parts of it.